Well, hello again. Welcome to another devotional. I hope that you and yours are doing well in these difficult times. And if anything, please contact Calvary Chapel Redeeming Grace to see if we can help you in any way. In fact, that, giving to fellow Christians, is going to be the focus of this devotional. Let's get right into our scripture for today, John 13:34 and 35. I give you a new command. Love one another. Just as I have loved you, you are also to love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Now let's review the setting for this new command that Jesus gave his disciples and, by extension, us. John 13 opens with the Passover meal commonly called the Last Supper, and Jesus washing the disciples' feet. Jesus knew his time on earth was quickly coming to an end, and he is giving the disciples some last-minute instructions. He tells them that the greatest among them should be the servant of all. He predicts his betrayal by Judas Iscariot, and at the end of the chapter, Jesus predicts Peter's denial of him. Coming near the end of this chapter is this section of Scripture. So this command to love one another is one of the final commands given by Jesus. Notice that Jesus explains what he means by love one another in the second sentence. Just as I have loved you, you are to love one another. Jesus is not talking about some soft and fuzzy feeling here. He's saying, go and do as I did. I gave my all for you, and you are to go and do the same for your fellow Christians. Some people think that they can love one another using minimal effort, but that's not what Jesus has in mind here. He who gave his life for us is calling us to do the same. We are to use our maximum effort, not just enough to get by, not just enough to make it look good. Then Jesus tells us why we should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. In other words, loving one another will be the litmus test of a true disciple. Those who truly love one another, as Jesus loved his disciples, is a true disciple of Jesus. To be sure, there are many vital parts to a Christian's life: caring for the lost, witnessing to the lost, prayer, Bible study, gathering together as a body for fellowship. These are all essential aspects of a Christian's life. But caring for one another is the acid test for a disciple, because Jesus said that is how everyone will know that we belong to him. 1 John 4:20 says, if anyone says, I love God, and yet hates his brother or sister, he's a liar. For the person who does not love his brother or sister whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. This is very insightful because, quite frankly, it's easy to love someone you don't have to see every day, someone you don't have to work with every day. But it can be very difficult to love the people we have to get along with every single day. People who may be different than us, who have different ideas, and do things differently. But here John says, if you can't love these people, then you can't love God. One of the ways we can demonstrate the degree of our love for Christ is by the way we give to other Christians. Giving to the needs of others demonstrates the sincerity of our love for one another. Joshua Harris, author of I Kissed Dating Goodbye, writes, Christ taught that love is not for the fulfillment of the self, but for the glory of God and the food of others. True love is selfless. It gives, it sacrifices, it dies to its own needs. Remember, the household of faith is built on a foundation of love, a love that reveals if we are true disciples of Jesus or only interested in what we can get for ourselves. Can you pass the test of discipleship? Until next time, I pray that God will show you how you can love your fellow Christians in a way that shows you are a true disciple of Jesus. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.